and I met by chance, in a cafe. It was raining outside, so I ran into a cafe to get a coffee and wait out the rain. It wasn't just me who decided to do that, but other people as well. There were very few empty seats in the cafe. I sat down at the last free table. 15 minutes later Igor came in. There were no empty seats, so Igor came up to me and asked my permission to sit down next to him. I said it was okay. And so we got to know each other. We liked each other and started dating. A year later we got married. We had a wonderful relationship. Igor and I spent a lot of time together. I was very happy. Then I found out that I was pregnant. Igor was very happy about this news. He just carried me in his arms, didn't let me do anything. In the meantime I was preparing to become a mother. I bought everything I needed for my future child. Pregnancy was easy. I had no toxemia, I did not swell up. Igor spoiled me a lot. When my contractions started, Igor took me to the maternity hospital. There I gave birth for a whole day. The birth was very difficult. I gave birth to a baby girl and I was very happy. And in the morning the doctor told me the terrible news. Because of the difficult birth, I had a baby girl who will never walk. I was shocked by this news. I sobbed, I couldn't believe it was true. The doctor advised me to give up my baby girl. How can you give up your baby? I could never do that. Then I called my husband and told him about our problem. My husband's reaction really surprised me. I thought he would support me, and he said, "Don't you dare take this baby out of the hospital. I don't need a handicapped child. If you take the girl, I will divorce you." I cried all night long. But I couldn't think of giving up my baby. How could I betray my own child? From the maternity hospital I went home to my friend. Masha had her own apartment. She wasn't married. My daughter and I moved in with her. My baby was developing normally, she just couldn't walk. One day one mother at the playground told me that there was a grandfather in one village near our city who treated such kids. I wanted my little girl to start walking, so much that I decided to take a chance. I quit my job, and we went to the village to see Grandpa Stepan. Whole 2 years he treated my little girl. At first the baby started to sit up on her own, then she started to get on her feet. I couldn't believe what I saw. I so wanted to believe in a miracle, that one day my little girl would walk on her own feet. Time passed, and that miracle did come true. I was very grateful to Grandpa Stepan for putting my little girl on her feet and to the woman who told me about him. I came back to the city. I got a job. After a while I bought an apartment with a mortgage. The Shinka was completely recovered. One day they called me and told me that my husband had had an accident and that he was in intensive care in a very serious condition. I answered that they were mistaken, that I didn't have a husband at all. 6 months passed. The Shinka and I were walking from the store and unexpectedly met my mother-in-law and Igor. Igor was in a wheelchair. Mother-in-law and Igor looked in amazement at the cheerful Dasha, who was running and jumping beside us. My mother-in-law started to ask for forgiveness, asking me to take Igor for myself. And I said, "I will never forgive you. Not Igor, not you. You gave up your own daughter and granddaughter. There is no forgiveness for you. You betrayed my little girl years ago. I don't want your handicapped son." I took Dasha's hand, and we left. Gone forever from the people who had once been so mean to us.